now what makes me happy and what makes me healthy both physically and mentally. And I plan to continue that for the rest of my life.
What's up, guys? Trainer Mike here for your Flex Friday workout of the day. We're here at the Bodybuilding.com headquarters. As per usual, the place is packed, but we're going to do our best to work around the other people in here, and we're going to get a great chest workout in. So going live today for some chest. Now let's be honest, what better muscle group is there to train on a Friday than chest? I mean, chest day, best day, right? That's what I always say. So this is actually my second chest day of the week. So I was just explaining on Instagram how, you know, those people that, if you really want to focus on a muscle group, if you have a lagging muscle group, something that you really want to target, I do recommend hitting it 2 times per week. So second chest day of the week. Now originally we planned to go with some bench press today, but just to keep things simple and all kind of in the same area for you guys, we're going to do dumbbell press over here. So we made a mess of the place already. We've just been warming up over here. So we're all rocking, ready to roll. Flex Friday, chest day going down right now here at Bodybuilding.com. I got my wrist straps on. I do like to use wrist straps when I'm doing chest day. I find that if I'm doing some heavier presses, it provides a little more support to my wrists. I like that support. So we're going to start off here, 10 reps. We're actually going to work in a descending pyramid today. So we're going to start off a little lighter with some higher reps, and we're going to come down to a little heavier for the dumbbell press. We're going to start off with 100 pounds, probably go about 10 reps with this, and then work ourselves to some heavier weight. So let's get started on this thing. I want to know what you guys are training. Comment below. Let me know what you're training today for your Flex Friday. Let's get this thing. It always throws me off a little bit, like we have the bench here crooked. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that. When you're like trying to do a dumbbell press and you're looking at the ceiling and it's all crooked with what's going on up there. So if I fall on my face, it's gonna make a real good video for you guys, but it's really gonna suck for me. So here we go. Lightweight, baby. That's like a warm-up, guys. We're feeling good today. You know, I'll tell you what, I got a good night's rest last night. Got a good breakfast in me this morning. Got a good pre-workout in me. I'm well hydrated, and I feel really good. I'll tell you, like, one thing that makes a big difference before you go into a workout is hydration. And normally, this is a little early for me to work out. I like to have a little more water in me, but today I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good, guys. Any plans for the weekend? You know, it's pretty nice here. So here in Boise, Idaho, it's been like mid-60s all week. So I was thinking about maybe going on a hike today. Good day for it. Gorgeous, gorgeous day. So maybe that. Other than that, Costco is always on the agenda for a weekend. So Friday night Costco trip, absolutely. Pretty crazy. It's a pretty crazy life. All right, guys. Second set, we're gonna go up to 110s. We might need a little more weight. This weight isn't feeling very heavy today, so we're gonna go 110s. Go probably 8 to 10 reps here, and we're gonna keep working our way up till we run out of weight. Here we go. Set 2, 110s, dumbbell press. Let's work. Boop. Boop. Oh, there we go. So I like switching off between a barbell bench press and a dumbbell press. And the reason why is that it'll target completely different areas of the chest. It really does. You're able to get a little more of a neutral grip with dumbbells, and obviously help to, if you have one side it's a little stronger, a little bigger than the others, dumbbells are going to help with that a lot too.
A couple questions here. One from Facebook. What kind of wrist straps are you wearing?
These are gasp wrist straps, actually. I don't know that, I've tried a couple different kinds. I just like ones that are easy to get on, easy to get off. Some of them have like way too much material. I feel like I have to wrap them 3 or 4 times. So I like these just because they're simple to put on and off.
And a question from YouTube is, would you think it's good to do push-ups with plates on your back?
Do I feel like it's good to do push-ups with plates on your back? Depends on what you're trying to train for. If you have the weight, like if you were at home and you wanted to do a good workout and you didn't have the dumbbells, maybe. But other than that, I don't really see a whole lot of point in it unless you're just trying to show off for a cute girl at the gym or something. In that case, maybe, I don't know. But you won't find me doing push-ups with plates on my back. So as we get into a little heavier, we rest a little bit longer. We're gonna go 120s here. Probably get like 6 to 8 reps. We're shooting for about failure here. I'm not gonna, grind out a rep for 10 seconds or anything, but we definitely wanna make sure we're pushing ourselves here. So, third set, dumbbell press. I'm thinking we should have brought more weight over. That's what I'm thinking. The dumbbell rack is way too far away to go farmer carry anymore over. Here we go. Six reps. We're gonna stay here for a minute. Now guys, on dumbbell press, you'll notice one of the things I really try and do is move my arm down to a 45. If you wanna take stress off your deltoid, keep your shoulders healthy, help engage your chest, drop your elbow just a little bit and focus on pulling those shoulder blades together. Really exaggerate retracting those shoulder blades as you do the press.
So a question from YouTube here is, what's the best way to get the inner line between your chest? I believe you're talking about the cleavage.
The cleavage, of course. I'm still working on mine. It's definitely not a strong point for me, but the best way to get it, we're gonna focus on, and you'll see later this workout, your close grip presses and your flies are gonna be the best for that. But don't lose focus on your heavy presses. Before you can get the line on your inner chest, you have to have a chest. So sometimes I feel like people focus too much on these isolation movements before they actually develop muscle. So develop muscle first and then work to refine that muscle. Good question.
And we got one more on Facebook is, what are your thoughts on creatine and what is the best way not to get bloated with creatine?
Yeah, take creatine, guys. I mean, of all the supplements out there that claim to build muscle, creatine is one of the few that has study after study after study back to do just that. I recommend creatine monohydrate, 5 to 10 grams per day, depending on body weight. If you're taking a good quality creatine, you shouldn't get bloated, okay? You're gonna notice extra water retention, but most of that's gonna be inside the muscle cell. So, all right, next set, we'll stay here. 6 reps, 120s, lightweight, baby. Sound effects are mandatory. Let's go. 5 reps it is. Started feeling pretty heavy there. If I had a spotter, maybe I'd pull out another one, but they don't provide me with a spotter here. So unfortunately, I'm stuck on my own. I do recommend, guys, if you're doing chest, have a spotter with you, not because it's imperative that you go past failure, but just for safety. If you drop a dumbbell on your face, it's not a good day for anybody.
So on Twitch, Whey1871 says, having trouble getting out of the hole with heavier weights. Once I'm on a hole, I'm fine. Tips on improving that?
Depends on the lift. So once you're in a hole, I'm assuming you mean at the bottom of the movement, try playing around with some partial reps. You know, the hole's gonna be a hard spot for a lot of people just because that's when your muscle's at its full stretched out point. You know, tips for that, play around with some partial reps. Chains are really good to help with that as well. Some progressive resistance can help as well. You have to play around with some different methods. Try pause reps. Pause reps are actually really helpful for getting out of the hole. If you can, now I normally wouldn't recommend this, but maybe like a Smith machine press, where you actually come down, let the weight hit the stoppers at the bottom, and then re-engage the chest to come back up. Play around with some different things, but those would be some of my recommendations.
And also, Lift to Fight on Twitch actually just called you out saying, where's the OP headband? If you're not getting all the gains needed.
That's a great point. Headband is right over there. I forgot to grab it. Dang it. Maybe I'll go make a run here in a minute. Appreciate that. Gains. I could definitely feel something was a little off. That's probably it. All right, guys, last set. 120s. No, I'm good. I'm good. They asked if I need a spot. I don't need a spot. Maybe I'll regret that. No, I'm good. Whoosh. One more. Woo! There it is, guys. Total of 5 sets there. Started out with 10, 10, and then 3 sets of 6 with the 120. So good start to a chest day. Working on our compound movements first. Then we're gonna move on to some more isolation stuff now. So here at the BB.com corporate headquarters, they've got a pretty sweet machine. This Hoist line that they have, so it kind of moves with you. If you don't have that at your gym, that's okay. Try like a hammer strength, any kind of plate loaded incline press for this one will do. All right, guys, so right over here, and we're gonna go with the incline press. So flat dumbbell, target more of our middle of the chest. Now we're gonna focus more on the upper chest. So we're gonna try for 3 sets of, or 4 sets of 10 here is what our goal is. Really good question. Where does the bar touch? The bar should touch about sternum on a bench press. And a lot of people make the mistake of not tucking their elbows, which we talked about here. Same thing applies on a barbell press, but you're going for about sternum, elbows in at a 45, whereas on an incline press, you're gonna come more towards the middle of your chest, maybe even upper chest. The higher up you come, the more stress it puts on your shoulders, though. Keep that in mind. All right, 10 reps here. Ooh. So like I said, pretty sweet machine with the hoist, but most gyms aren't gonna have that. So any kind of plate loaded machine, hammer strength, matrix, life fitness, a lot of different brands out there. that'll accomplish pretty much the same thing. Giving ourselves about a minute rest in between sets on this guy. And one thing that you'll notice, I don't like to sit down in between sets. So I like to stand up, keep the blood flowing. Don't get lazy, keep an eye on the clock. Make sure that you're working within a reasonable rest range.
Are you sitting on some BCAAs today, or what's in the shaker?
Got my BCAAs today. Today we're going with 2 scoops, Dimetized Amino Pro Fruit Punch. Giving me a couple grams of citrulline, some electrolytes, and about, for here, 5 grams of branched chain amino acids. Got to stay hydrated, guys. We start this workout at 10 a.m. I get up at about 6:30, and I've got almost a gallon of water in me already, so super important. Makes these guys mad because I got to pee every 30 minutes, but you know what? Got to stay hydrated, guys. Here we go. Next set, 10 reps. Boom. Dang, that feels good. Feels really good. Go from that flat press to the incline press. Starting to feel some blood flow come into the chest here. You guys will feel too, shoulders, triceps. They definitely get a good pump on a chest day as well. That's okay. You guys got to try something like this. And you'll notice I don't rest at the top. Big mistake people make on machines is they come up, take a couple breaths, and come back down. Totally takes that tension off the chest. Don't do that.
So we have Jake Smith on YouTube says, to build muscle, I usually do, or was usually told to do 10 to 12 reps. Should I do 6 to 8 reps with chest?
Yeah, you know, guys, the range for hypertrophy or muscle growth is about 8 to 14 reps. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't incorporate sets with lower reps. Okay, we build muscle size at about that 8 to 14 rep range, and you build muscle strength lower than that. But in my opinion, you gotta have some muscle strength to be able to maximize your size. So we typically start with strength and move more towards volume as the workout goes on. It's a good question though. All right, third set, here we go. Nice thing about this machine, you can't cheat because it moves with you, keeps that tension right on the part of the chest that you want it to be on the entire time. I like that stuff, guys. Curious what you guys like to do for incline press. You know, is it dumbbells, Smith machine, machines? If you're like me, switching it up is always the way to go. So always be changing it up.
So we touched about wrist straps earlier, but do you think they're necessary on the chest day?
No, I don't think that wrist straps are necessary. It's more about, does it make you feel, sometimes it's mentally, does it make you feel more confident? I have weak wrists. I broke this arm when I was about 12 years old. And ever since then, my wrist has been just a little weak in this side. So it's when I go to throw back some dumbbells, if I'm already in my own head about, oh geez, hopefully my wrist holds up, that's not a good thing. So when you get to your heavy, they're not even tight right now, guys. I just have them on because I don't want to lose them. But for heavier presses, I tighten them up. Right now they're not even on because we're not doing heavy press. Not necessary, but they can be helpful for you. All right, last set, 10 reps. The last one got pretty hard. We're gonna bust it out here. Come on, guys, give me some hearts. Give me some love here to help boost this up. I got fourth set, 10 reps. Let's get it done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Y'all did it. Did we get a few hearts? Did we get some hearts from people? Did I get a little bit of love? All right, good. So now that we've hit a flat press, and now that we've hit an incline press, we got them coming? Guys, I felt that. I felt that. About rep 7, I started feeling some hearts come through. I was sure of it. So now that we've done a flat press and an incline press, I oftentimes like to move to a close grip press. Now we're gonna start targeting the detail of that inner chest. As I mentioned before, now reps start going up a little bit. So we went from 6 reps, 10 reps, we're gonna go 12 reps now. We're just gonna move over to this next one. I really like using selectorized machines or plate loaded machines for a close grip press. So try this one out. So like I said, 12 reps. This one, we lighten up the weight a little bit. We're now trying to really focus on that mind-muscle connection, that squeeze in there. So we just published, Bodybuilding.com just published one of my chest days. And I'm curious if you guys have checked it out. If you guys have tried my chest workout that just went up on Bodybuilding.com, comment below, let me know how you liked it, okay? If you haven't checked it out now, go to Bodybuilding.com, go to the workout section, and check out Mike Hildebrandt's chest day. You guys will like that workout. Okay, close grip press, 12 reps. So we're coming inside here, really focusing on the squeeze at the top. Full extension. So here, you're gonna come all the way up, and when you get to the top, you're squeezing the chest as hard as you possibly can for about 1 second at the top, nice and slow on the way back. You're coming up, squeeze as hard as you can at the top, and really feel the inner chest start to contract there.
Jason on Facebook says, I tried your chest day, it was a killer, still feeling it days later.
Yeah, good man, Jason. The chest workout is not for the weak. So I appreciate you guys and the feedback on it. I've had a lot of people that, just had a guy this morning wrote me and he said, hey, I got like 3/4 of the way through your chest workout, tried those dips and I just couldn't get one of them. But that's good, guys, you'll work up to it. And but for those of you that are looking for some serious growth, some serious size, try that chest workout out. It's the one for you. Boom.
How do you shape the outer side of your chest?
So the outer side of your chest. Now guys, remember this, the chest contracts as a whole. And a lot of times, you know, to say there's an exercise to shape the outer side, I may be BSing you if I said here's the perfect exercise for it. However, I'd focus on your presses. Your bench press where you're going a little wider might be helpful for that. But, you know, people will ask, how do I get the square chest? I have more of a round chest. Well, that might be more of a genetic thing than anything else. But continue to target different varieties of exercises, different angles. Okay, here we go, 12 reps, set 2. Those first like 3 or 4 reps, they feel easy. They feel super easy. And a lot of people might say, well, let's throw on some more weight then. But really follow your tempo, follow that contraction through all 12 reps. And I think what you'll find is it's gonna get really, really hard towards the end.
So question on Facebook, it says hammer grip versus normal grip or close grip. Should we mix it up across the weeks?
Yeah, guys, mix up your grips. Where your grip goes is where your elbow goes. Where your elbow goes, where your shoulder goes. Where your shoulder goes is going to change what part of the chest we target. So we've been all over the place already. More of a 45, more of a straight out. Now we're coming completely neutral with your grip. If you guys want to target your chest from all areas, play around with your grips, absolutely. And especially those people that have shoulder issues, favor more of that neutral grip. You'll find that it'll take tension off the shoulders and still allow you to get a good chest workout in. Here we go. I'm telling you, those first 2 to 3 were like easy, and I failed on 12 there. Don't underestimate the power of keeping your tempo the whole time.
So Kevin on Facebook wants to know, do you focus mainly on the eccentric or shoulder lockout portion of the chest prep?
So I focus the majority, it depends on the exercise, but one thing that you guys will notice is I typically train with a much slower eccentric or negative than most people. That's where the muscle damage is done, is in the eccentric. And in my early days of lifting, I was just like everybody else, how much weight can I do? Not paying attention to tempo. That tempo and that eccentric, it's always a 2 second, sometimes as much as a 4 second for me. Depends on the exercise. On this, it makes sense to lock out, okay, and to really squeeze the inner pec. On a dumbbell press or a bench press, it doesn't make sense to lock out. Your grip's too wide. You take the tension off the chest if you do that, so depends. All right, guys, last set, best set. Here we go. There it is, that one got tough. You are gonna feel some triceps there, but don't shy away from close grip just because you're activating some triceps. Any press, you're activating some triceps. So we're moving on next to Pec Deck Fly. So we come right over here, do a little pec deck action. So again, we start off with more of your compound movements. Now we're getting a little more isolated. We're really trying to carve in that inner chest. Four sets of 15 for this guy. And there really isn't any point in training with an ego when it comes to flies. If you guys want to go heavy, throw a little momentum around, do it on a bench press, maybe a dumbbell press, but not on something like a fly. Traditionally, you're going to start off feeling like this is way too light, and then as you work through the tempo and the reps, it's going to start getting a lot harder. So here we go, 15. Really squeeze, good stretch. This one makes sense to hold at the top because we have tension working against our chest even at the very top of the movement. Exaggerate the stretch. 40. Whew.
Good question. What's the proper way to set up an pec deck machine, like for height, for where the bar?
So how high or the height of the seat on a pec deck, it depends on what area of the chest you're trying to target. Typically, people need to build their upper inner chest. So I recommend that you set the bench a little lower. Now, if you want to target more of your lower pec or your mid pec, then you would set the bench up a little more. But I'm always, granted I'm a little taller, 6 feet tall, I'm going to put the bench all the way at the bottom, and I'm really going to try and target my upper chest. It's a good question. Same thing as the last exercise. First few reps, super easy, but that got really hard as we continued on. So shorter rest time on our isolation movements. Set 2. Keep your shoulder blades locked together on this one the whole time. A lot of people have a tendency to let their shoulder blades split apart. It's the improper way to do it. Woo. 15, take a second in between these sets. Squeeze your chest together, really contract the pecs. There's a lot of blood in there now. Now we're getting a ton of volume in there. Feels good, guys. Feels really good. Try the Pec Deck Flies with a variety of grips too. Sometimes you can go more of a neutral grip. Sometimes you can go a little higher, grab onto the actual bar itself. It all changes the way it targets it.
Georgie says he can't get a good chest pump while doing bench press. What can he do to get a better pump while he's benching?
Sure. So bench press isn't really designed to be one of those like, oh man, I got a crazy chest pump on bench press. However, if you really wanted to, you're gonna bring your grip in a little closer, okay? I'd recommend right about shoulder width. Go for tempo, 4 seconds down, 2 second pause at the bottom, up 1, 4 seconds down, 2 second pause, up 1 for 15 to 20 reps. That'll drive a pump into your chest. But I don't use the bench press to try and get a pump. I'm using things like this to try and drive a lot of blood into my muscle. So a good pump isn't really indicative of muscle growth. You have to look at other factors as well. All right, guys. Set 3. Here we go. 1, 2. Almost started to get to me big time. Starts off light, gets real heavy as time goes on.
All right, we got the age-old question. Which is more effective, free weights or machines?
Aha, more effective, free weights or machines. You know, if somebody's a beginner and trying to build a strong foundation, free weights, without a doubt. Now, if somebody gets a little more advanced, I've actually come to think and believe that machines can play an equally as important role in somebody's chest development as free weights, once you've built up your base with free weights. Hopefully that answers your question.
We've got a kind of a comment / statement on Twitch. I'm Leopard says, is Chairman Mike still able to bounce his pecs? If so, is it a really good pump?
Bounce my pecs? Yeah. That's a good question. It gets a little harder to bounce my pecs as the pump goes on, without a doubt. Chest starts to get a little numb. There's still a little bit of bouncage in there though. Still there a little bit. I never really thought to gauge the level of pump on the bounciness of my pecs. You, my friend, have caused me to think. I like it. I like it, guys. Keep me on my toes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. Done with the flies. Chest is feeling good, but we've got one more nasty superset we've got to get done. So that's a dip supersetted with a Svend Press, that close grip plate press. So we're going to move right on over here to our dips. We're shooting here for a set of 10 on the dips, followed by a set to failure on the Svend Press. So we're going to move right on over here. So supersets, love them. You'll notice in the chest workout that I put up on that main page of Bodybuilding.com, I utilize some supersets. But you know, usually we're going to do those closer to the end of the workout. Supersets can be great to drive a lot of blood flow into the muscle, really get that volume in there. But if you do them too early, you're going to fatigue your chest and you're not going to be able to get the volume in that you need to see good growth. So a nice set, controlled, 10 reps here. Don't run away, plate. And then we'll move on to our Svend Press. Here we go. So we're going to lean over a little more, try and get our chest over our body to target more of the chest, less of the triceps. Right away, plate press. 1, 2, 4, 5. So somebody asked earlier, how do you target that inner chest? This is one of my favorite supersets for building up that inner chest. So if you guys are trying to focus on that particular area of your pecs, give this one a try. You're really going to like it.
What's a good alternative to dips if you have shoulder issues?
Yeah, there are some people that can't do dips because of shoulder issues. You know, if that's the case, any kind of close grip press, you may benefit more if you have the shoulder issues from doing an incline close grip dumbbell press. You're going to get a similar benefit from it without the shoulder issues. I like the dip too to target some of the lower pec. A lot of people ask how to target the lower pec. I don't like decline presses. I can't remember the last time I did a decline bench press or a decline dumbbell press, but I really like dips to help target that lower chest. All right, set 2. Right away, Svend Press. 1, 2, 3. It's a totally different angle that you're hitting the chest at. The main benefit from this comes from having to hold the plates together so they don't fall. And that's where you're going to feel that inner chest really come into play. Guys, full body workouts are great. If somebody said, Mike, you've got 2 or 3 days a week to work out, it's full body for sure. You could build a lot of strength and a lot of size on a full body workout to a point. And if somebody said, hey, I've got 5-6 days to work out and I'm an intermediate to advanced lifter, then I'd say break it up into some body parts. But especially if you're a beginner lifter, that's the only way to go, in my opinion, is full body. Set 3, let's get this done. Right away. Oh, man. By now, you start feeling the volume, the blood flow rush into the muscle. You start getting that pump that Arnold talks so highly about. And that chest just starts feeling full, and you want that. By the end of a workout, you hope there's enough volume, enough blood flow in there. You just feel like it's engorged, and you have this massive pump. Maybe you can't flex your pecs, and that's how you go off of that pump. But by now, you should be feeling it.
Question on Facebook. So for dips, when you can hit 20 plus reps with your own weight, do you increase reps or do you add weight to your dips?
I would say 2 things. If you can do 25 body weight dips, guys, I could do 25, 30 body weight dips if I'm going fast, okay? So 2 things. First, try doing a 4-second negative and a 2-second pause at the bottom. No rest at the top. And then, if you're still over 15 reps, then add weight. Absolutely. There's a lot of people that need to add weight to dips, but make sure your tempo's there. A lot of people go too fast on dips and pretty much every other exercise. Okay, guys, last set. Let's make it count. There it is, guys. That wraps up chest workout. If you guys have any more questions, hit me up on Instagram at TrainerMike1. Go on, like my athlete page on Facebook at Trainer Mike Physique, and check us out on Bodybuilding.com. You can find me there at Mr. Symmetry. Check out that chest workout we just posted as well. Try this workout out. Let me know how you like it. I'm checking out. Flex Friday. Boom!